I think if you think about how much SGI has shaped local education, I would say that it's shaped it a lot. And I think because the LaSalle brothers were the first to come and set up SGI, they gave us a model and they gave us a template. So in many ways for us who are Catholics and who grew up in the Catholic education system, SGI is more or less, you can say, the cradle of it all. I think the value of mission school education is that it's helped us to see that more holistic thing, our focus is really where it should be.
When an exam is coming by, you'll find lots of students of all races, all religions in the chapel praying hard. Of course, if you haven't studied, it's not going to help you very much, but we'll still pray. So you'll find us in the chapel. The chapel gets quite crowded before examination time, and then it empties itself out after the exams.
When I was made the discipline master, I was the only person allowed to use a cane, all right? Nobody else is allowed to use a cane. So I'm the discipline master. Difficult discipline cases, the teachers will send the students to me. And I always tell the teachers quietly, if you rub them the wrong way, you have lost them. That's not what parents send their sons to SGI for.
To be a student in SGI in the late 1970s, from 78 to 1981, the building was always home. The building was always special, you know. It's a bit chipped here and there, a bit old, you know. It was home. And there was a sense of something quite special about that space. When I was a student going down to Bras Basah Road, it was always like, in the midst of all those buildings there was this gem of a place. So when it was said that it may not be capped, it was said to think the possibility that my school could be pulled down, that my school would no more be where I think it is. It would be said that home would not be home, it may be a brand new building.
You cannot carry memory in the air. I mean, you can, but it's so much the weaker than having an anchor, a place itself that you can look at it and say, I was here.
The opportunity to claim heritage buildings for the arts arose. And at the time, there was a National Museum Long-Term Development Plan Committee. George MacDonald, at the time, was the director of the Museum of Man. After we met him and spoke with him, he agreed to come on board as a consultant, right? I became his host, and I would drive him around the city area. And as I drove past the art museum, what you called SGI at the time, it struck me that this lovely rows of arches would be so nice if they house sculptures, you know. I kind of imagined that there would be sculptures peeping out of the building through the arches, right? Yeah. And I said, Dr. MacDonald, don't you think this would make a very good fine arts museum? And he said, yes, I think so, you know. And just from that very simple conversation, I took a decision that we should match SGI to an art museum.
Singapore Art Museum, also known as SAM, opened its doors to the public in 1996. This space has been used for contemporary art installations. In these learning galleries, we have a huge amount of space, which is just enough for a class to come and visit and conduct their lessons in the space. I think it is very interesting that SGI was a place for learning, and these classrooms are repurposed into galleries where learning and teaching takes place as well.
The important thing is whether the facade itself, when looking at it from the front, brings back memories. And what sort of memories does it bring back, you know? I think that's what is important.
You know, I've got friends who left Singapore, and they say, when I come back, I can't find my old house, you know. So I think that historical buildings are important for a sense of being, of what you are, and what a nation's about.
In hindsight, I think, we're very happy with it. If it is not here, then no more roots. no attachment. Do you know that our old boys still come back here for reunion dinner? Because they have the glass hall, they can rent it out, and we have our dinner here, and they are proud. These were originals. The tiles are original. I think maybe that part also, those panels are original. They painted it over. Such a beautiful place now.